from the Western countries.
Yeah. Soldiers and knights used to live here. On the left you can see an exhibition of their hunting.
And on the right we can see an arm exhibition about the arms they used. Okay, so look at, there's a picture. What do you think? Who is this man?
Well, since I can read, it's Charles I, right?
Yes, you are right, but please show some respect because he passed away here.
Falcons are a traditional way of hunting. In the Middle Age, people used them very often. Here the man can demonstrate how friendly such a wild bird can be. Smile, Munchie! The glory days of Visegrad continued under the rule of Louis the Great, under whom the palace's current layout was formed.
Many came to admire the magnificent Renaissance palace of King Matthias in the 15th century. Visitors describe Visegrad as paradise on earth. This prosperous period lasted until the Turkish times.
During the fights for the fortress and the town, Visegrad nearly got completely devastated. This is a traditional method of punishing people. When someone's head got locked in here, they couldn't get out. After that, the spectators used to throw tomatoes at them. Luckily, I have one.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay then, bye.
Why? Can somebody please let me out?
A lot of students visit Visegrad every day. We had a really fun time visiting Visegrad Castle.
I hope you enjoyed our tour.
See you soon!
Gave the castle its name. He was Archbishop of Mainz and the German elector who bought a huge estate with 35 settlements. In 1736, very soon the owner of the Vukovar feud, Count Anselmo Kazimierz, started a construction. First, the central part was built, and then later, Castle bloomed with new side constructions. The castle gets its final glow at the beginning of the 20th century. The castle itself, farm buildings, the castle chapel and the gardens smell like the most lovable Baroque and neoclassical perfumes, seducing with their special urban charm. An architect, Victor Sidek, gave the castle its final design and look between 1895 and 1907. It became one of the best explains of the feudal architecture in Croatia, especially the main plan in the shape of the rectangle. Everybody prized the elegance and wealth of the Vukovar castle, with a special accent on L-shaped buildings directly based on the castle. There was a magnificent park stretching from the castle to the waves of the Danube. After L's counts left Vukovar, the park has been slowly made into a garden. A long facade with its beautiful pilasters, 90 windows and facade decorations make every passer-by stop for a moment.
The castle and its inhabitants for the centuries
Vukovar and the surrounding area. Members of the noble family often organize receptions, balls and various parties for the rest of the nobility. Hunting and riding were among the favorite activities of Elst counts. Moreover, they appreciated art and collected artifacts. They cultivated a noble breed of horses, cattle and pigs, and produced fine wines. At the end of the 19th century, 80% of the population lived from agriculture, and Elst cows significantly grew production, which affected small farms. During the Homeland War, the castle was damaged and ruined. Today it is reconstructed and serves as a city museum. The interior of the museum preserves some parts of the castle, marble fireplaces, certain items, part of the furniture of Elst counts, stucco decorations of ceiling, etc.
Croatia, northeast, the Vuka and the Danube kissing, Vukovar, in the arms of Slavonia and Sriem. 5,000 years old Vučedol wrote beautiful pages in the European history book. The town grows in the arms of its rivers, but cherishes a box of its secrets. If you open the box, you will find the most valuable treasure, Elst Castle. Today, a city museum wrapped up in sparkling fog of tradition, culture and heritage. It is a postcard of Vukovar, lovable and unique. A beautiful castle, a magnificent garden, a charming story.
Hello, my name is Chris and I'm in the 5th grade, lower secondary school number 3.
Hi, my name is Sandra and I am 12 years old. I study at the same school in Severin.
Drobeta Severin is situated in the southwestern part of Romania on the left bank of the Danube River.
The Castle of Art is one of the symbols that make our town unique.
The whole building is 27 meters high and the diameter of the tower is about 10 meters.
There are 4 little towers in its upper side.
I am going to be the king of the castle.
And I will be the queen.
The history of the castle started in August 1907 when, for the first time, the town supply with water was discussed.
The castle was planned to be built in order to supply the town with water from the Danube.
In March 1911, the local authorities decided to build it in the current space.
The decision led to some negative reaction because the chosen place was in the center of the town and the whole architecture of the area was supposed to be changed.
A very strong argument against building in the current space was the fact that there were 2 primary schools in that area.
Primary school for girls number 3
and primary school for boys number 3.
They are both known now as secondary school number 3.
The plan wasn't changed because the place was considered to be the highest point of the town, and this was an advantage for distributing the water.
The whole building had been generally finished by the year 1915, before the beginning of the First World War.
Nevertheless, the exterior side of the castle remained unfinished. In the time, it laid an interesting medieval feature upon it.
In 1980, the water castle lost its initial purpose and started to be used as head offices for the company that used to administer the water supply of the town.
In December 2010, the town hall succeeded to obtain some funding for rehabilitating the water castle.
It was reconsidered and redesigned, and its name was changed from the water castle to the Castle of Art.
The tourists visiting the inside of the castle have 2 options to reach the top.
The short way, using an extremely small elevator,
or the long way, climbing 162 spiral stairs.
The building has multiple functions.
It is conceived as a sequence of vertical spaces.
There is a tourist information center at the entrance.
You can find a space for exhibition art gallery.
There is a small museum about the history of the town water supply.
You can also find some photo and sculpture exhibitions.
On the top floor, there is a literary cafe.
And the fantastic sightseeing place.
The Castle of Arts is one of the most beautiful tourist attractions of Severin.
Do you know that Bulgarian fortress that tells legends of failed marriages has a moat and drawbridge, and even today you can see it present with medieval torture devices? Baba Vida Fortress will reveal more secrets of the past than you can imagine.
Baba Vida is the only fully preserved medieval castle in Bulgaria. Both play the role of the fortification and regal castle. It rises on the banks of the Danube in the northeastern part of Vidin. The towers of Baba Vida Fortress have been reflected in the waters of the Danube near Vidin for hundreds of years. During this time, they withstood wars, peace, and various rulers. At the bottom of the fortress, there are the ruins of the ancient city of Bononia. It's believed that its transformation into Bulgarian medieval castle and the main construction works were carried out during the Second Bulgarian Kingdom. Then the Bulgarians used stones from the ruined Roman fortress to build their own.
In the past, the moat around Baba Vida was filled with water from the Danube, and the drawbridge was transferred over it. The depth of the moat was 4 meters and width 6 meters. The towers were 10 and the 11th one guarded the bridge. The last ruler, Ivan Srtimir, lived in the fortress before the fall of Bulgaria under Ottoman rule up to 1397. He used it as a castle and built many internal walls and towers. Today the fortress looks like it looked at that time. One of the towers is Srtimir Tower and is 16 meters high. It is the best preserved and various ornaments are noticed on the wall. Near it is the secret passage out of the fortress.
According to the legend, Vida was the youngest daughter of a wealthy nobleman. After seeing unsuccessful marriages of her big sisters, Guns and Koa, she decided not to marry. She rejected all proposals, built this castle and lived there alone until the end of her days.
The castle has two walls, external and internal. It occupies an area of 9.5 acres. Its form is of an irregular square with a side about 70 meters, and its four corners are oriented towards the lateral directions.
The inner is higher and is 2.2 thick. It has a total of 9 towers, among which 5 sides and 4 corners. The outer wall is lower and it has 2 towers. Between the walls there is an outdoor yard which is almost undeveloped. Inside there are different rooms that form a small patio. There was the reception part of the castle. The rooms are built on 2 floors. The second floor can be reached using the winding stairs. There is a ramp to approach guns.
Inside the fortress is the summer city of Vidin, where you can watch the performances under the stars. The prison, which is located in Baba Vida, is suitable for a visit after dark. Torture devices from the Middle Ages are arranged there, and the figures of the prisoner and executioner are photogenic, and no one fails to take photo with them.
The fortress is favorite place for children because it's filled with ladders, towers, dark rooms, observation platforms. Baba Vida is one of the best places in Vidin on which you can sit and enjoy the view of river from above.
Welcome to Bulgaria!